Hey guys, welcome to sunny Bermuda. Today we're not going to be in the yard. You ask, what do guys do when your grass is dormant? Well, you take on a winter project, and this is my winter project. I built this 32 foot by 32 foot, hopefully deer-proof fence around my flower beds, or not flower beds, but my gardens. We'll come in here. I built these two first last year just to give it a trial run. And this past fall, I had it full of kale, lettuce, green beans, the works in here. And it was looking beautiful. Came out the next day, and one night, deer from the woods came and cleaned it out. So I thought, well, I'm gonna build me a big fence around it, build me a couple more beds. Show you my fence. It's basically 6x6 post, a little overkill. I could have used 4x4s. Little hog wire, 2x6s around. You end up here, got this to poke the deer. They try to jump over that. I doubt a big deer would fit through this opening here, but we will see. And then I did cage all the way up. It's about 7 feet, it's a little over 7 feet tall. So hopefully they won't jump over it, because I don't have the little spikes, I guess you could call them, across the top. Because what I was going to do is I was going to plant vines along the wall for like climbing beans or butter beans or something. But today's point of today's video is I was going to talk to you about how I did my garden beds. I did a process called Hügelkultur, which I did for these two, and I've done before. Is the process. First, let's talk about how I built my beds real quick. I basically used 8 inch by 16 inch concrete blocks. They're like $1.60 a piece, so it's really cost efficient. And I stack them about too high, as you can see, that one, and up. They're about too high, halfway, and then I just do one all the way around. So it's not too terribly high. And then I came back and I had some rough cut cedar, where you can use reclaimed lumber. Make sure it's not treated. So like this is split, but it'll serve its purpose. Basically just holding the dirt to lift the bed a little higher, give it more easier on the back basically, and also give plants roots to grow down. So Hügelkultur, this process is kind of cool. I'll show you. Got all these tree limbs here. Unfortunately, these are fresh cut, so it'll take them time to decay and break down. What I'll do, basically line my beds, the bottom of my beds, like that. It's heavy. I'm gonna have to do that with 2 hands. So what I'm gonna do, go ahead and line these beds real fast. I basically dug the dirt out on this end, threw the dirt up there, and also filled in the holes. And there's no concrete up under these, so there's no footers. That way water, when it gets in the bed, it just drains straight down into the dirt. Okay, step 1 is complete on this bed here. I basically have an even layer of wood to decompose. And now step 2 is I'm going to take some organic matter, probably these leaves here, and compost, a little compost in here, and spread it along the top of that. And what that does, that'll provide oxygen. You have all these little cavities up under here. I'm sure dirt will sink a little bit to fill in those cavities as it rains, but you can just come back and put a little more topsoil on top. But it's really good for the plants. And if you had like a deeper garden, then you can actually stack them, crossways like this, and build it up. Actually make a really rich bed. So then, okay, step 2 is we're going to take this organic matter and dump it over. Okay, on top of the leaves and small sticks, the third step is raw compost. And I dug this out of my compost pile, which is right over there in the back corner. It's where we throw our egg shells, just raw food that's not eaten, like rotten celery. If you find a bag of rotten celery, we throw it on there. Got some grass clippings in here from a hybrid Bermuda, so it shouldn't have any seeds in it, so you don't want to throw Bermuda seed in there, of course. But as you can see, it's pretty rich looking. I also have some goat manure in it from last year that I put in these beds, and it was mixed with, I think, pine chips, and it had sat there and it composted over the years and over this last year. It's got some pretty good dirt in it already. You see some dirt. But yeah, it's just raw compost, and you come out and you turn it, you know, every so often, and just let it break down naturally. I don't spray it with anything, but you know, just let it break down naturally over time. Eventually you just have a big old pile of dirt. So step 3, we're gonna throw this on top. Okay, as you can see, I got my raw compost on top. I even, the wife and kids, my 2 girls brought out some eggshells they could use from breakfast. So just throw those on there. Okay, step 4 is to now come back with topsoil. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the topsoil from here and throw it over here. Because remember, I took it out of the bottom, as you can see over there, and threw it over here. So I'm basically going to swap it, and then once I do the same process over here, I need some topsoil. I got a pile of topsoil there that I had delivered for my first 2 beds, so that's plenty to finish off the rest of these. So I'm going to top it off, and that'll be step 4. Step 4 is, you know, to put some topsoil on it. Okay, here we are. Finished step 4, which is putting topsoil. I had to get some topsoil from my pile on the other side of the fence there and just roll it here in the wheelbarrow. And then this, I went ahead, did step 1, which is the logs, like I have over here in this bed. And then step 2 is complete, where I just did the debris, you know, a lot of twigs, leaves, little pine straws in as well. Can't help it. Yeah, I mean, look at all the woods. So I just raked up some, put it down there, and then we'll get some compost, finish that out, and then the topsoil here, and then we'll just do the process, these over here. Okay, now we move over to step 5. This bed got it full of topsoil from step 4. Next is we're going to add some manure in it, and I got here, this should be enough for 1 bed. I got 2 bags of the black cow manure. I'm going to put it in there and work it in good. And then also, I got some regular old potting mix. It's a flower and vegetable gardening mix. And it has a lot of compost in it. Let's see. Sometimes you get potting mix and it's full of bark. This is fairly clean potting mix. There's a little twig in it. But still, it's got some good organic matter. So we'll put that in. And this is step 5. And you notice I've already got this bed, step 2 completed, got little twigs and the leaves in it, and also in this one up here, it's ready for my raw compost. Okay, step 5 is complete. I worked in my topsoil, my compost, and some good old black cow manure in it. I'll probably come back with my little cultivator and till it in, you know, really mix it in good. But yeah, you can see the topsoil mixed in with it. It's really good. Okay, I did the final step. I mixed in my earthworm castings and my blood meal. So this bed is ready for planting. Look at how rich. It even has a little fertilizer from the topsoil I put in. But yeah, look how rich and clean this dirt is. I love it. Look at there. Yeah, it's ready for planting. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little process that I've been doing with my raised flower beds. If you liked it, hit that like button. Be sure and hit that subscription button. I probably won't do many in the videos in the garden unless you want them. Let me know in the comments, because I'll probably be in the yard mostly. Yeah, well, leave me a comment, guys. Look forward to hearing from you. Hope you have a great day. Okay, guys, check this out. I've got all 4 beds. Got these 2 from last year, and then these 2 for this year, giving me a total of 4 beds. They are 16 feet by 4 feet wide. I'll give you a couple of tips. As you fill these up, you know, using this process, the stuff will start to decay, and you'll have some sinkage, especially when it rains. Water will flow to like usually a corner or side. You see this here? So make sure you have a little extra dirt, just fill in that. I got one here, a little sunken place here. You can see there. Okay, the second tip is to make sure you have a water source for your garden. Obviously, every plant needs water. And what I did in my garden is I put a spigot right here. We've got one in every corner right here. And they all go down, and they tied straight down the ground. Connects to that 3rd one, and then up here the 4th one. And then they connect in each corner. This one can be fed from the house, which is about 75 to 100 feet up that way, or turn that one off, and when I get a pump for my pond, I'll be able to pump water from the pond and connect it right here to this one, turn it on, and then I'll have water source at each one. And then of course I can come in and put up a drip irrigation system for all the plants and turn them on and off, you know, as needed. Put a timer on it and all that good stuff. So that's just a little tip.